All right, guys, now for the hardest one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7. Nah, I'm gonna say 6, 7, 8 different pieces. 8 different pieces. So this first one is only from -12 to -11. So I'm gonna go from -12 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to -11. What's going on?
I think I left my computer in here. Second period.
This one.
Yes, I left it on your desk when I was doing the problem.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, bud. And then we're gonna go from -11 right here until 10, 9, 8. And remember, anytime we're dealing with a line, it's gonna be or equals to. So all the way through this is gonna be or equals to. And then we're going from -8 to -7. And then we're going from -7 to -3. And then we're going from -3 to 0. And then we're going from 0 all the way to, I'm just gonna say that hits right there all the way to the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm gonna say it 5. I know that it's not a very good drawing of the line. It kind of hits right in the halfway point, but that's all right. And then we're gonna go from 5 to 9. And then we're gonna go greater than 9. Because it has the arrow, it goes forever. Okay. So these are all of my sections where it's happening. Now I need to come up with the rules. So I'm looking at this one right here. The second one is a constant, so I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a constant at 8.
Sloth maker.
This is a constant at 1, 2, 3, 4.
What are you guys doing right now?
Piecewise functions.
Piecewise. I hate that.
This is the 5th one, so that's at 4. Sorry, somebody was yelling at me. So I have that one, and then the last one's at -1. So I have 3 constants. Get those out of the way pretty quickly. Now the stuff that is going to take a little bit more time. I'm going to do the linears. This linear right here, he looks like he has a slope of -2. He goes down 2 and to the right 1. So slope of -2, I don't know what b is, but I do know that he goes through the point -11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So -11, 8. I'm just gonna figure out what this is, subtract that, -14 equals b. So this line right here, this first linear one, is going to be -2x minus 14, if that happens. Second one, if that happens. This next line right here, he's gonna go down 2 and over 1 as well, so he's got a slope of -2x plus b, and he goes through the point of -8, 8. So 8 equals -2 times -8 plus b. 8 equals 16 plus b. b equals -8. So this one's going to be at -2x minus 8, if that happens. This is a square root function. It has a vertex at -3, 4. So it's going to be, I'm going to use y instead of f of x, but it should be f of x. A square root x plus 3 plus 4. So my vertex is at -3, 4. It's x minus h plus k. And then I'm just going to use a point. I should use any point besides the vertex. So the point I'm going to use is this one right here, which is at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 7, 6. So I'm going to plug that in. And I'm going to be really sad because I have a negative square root. So what that means is, and we should be able to tell this just from looking at this, is that it's actually reflected across the y-axis, because we know it should be facing this direction on a square root, and it's facing this direction, which means that we have a b value that's negative. So we're going to change this to be negative x plus negative x plus 3. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to go like that. So we're going to have negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4, which means we're going to get a square root of 4 plus 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so we're going to get a times 2 plus 4. I'm going to subtract the 4, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So a actually equals 1. This one, we have an a of 1 and a b of negative 1. So we're gonna write the equation as the function as square root of negative x plus 3 plus 4. So that's going to be this guy right here, and then negative is what flips them around going that way. This one has a vertex at 3, negative 1, and I can tell by looking at it that it has an a value of 1. Hopefully you trust me on that. So we're going to do absolute value of x minus 3 minus 1 if and this quadratic has a vertex at 9, negative 4. So we're going to have y equals a x minus 9 squared minus 4. I need to pick any other point on here, which I'm going to pick 11, negative 1. 11 equals a negative 1 minus 9 squared minus 4. 11 equals a negative 10 squared minus 4. Add that over. 15 equals 100a, because I squared this, and divide it. 15 over 100, which is 3 over 20, equals a. So this is going to be 3 over 20 x minus 9 squared minus 4, if that happens. So I know that was a lot of steps, but that's how we're going to get all these pieces.